Here we will see different types of tables in MS SQL Server. Tables are database objects that contain all the data in a database. Tables are primary objects for storing data in relational databases. In tables, data is logically organized in row and column format, similar to a spreadsheet, where row uniquely identifies a record. For example, row 1 data belongs to an employee with name XYZ. It cannot store data for another employee, whereas each column defines an attributes of the table. For example, first name column stores the first name for all the employees. You cannot store other data such as city in this column. Each row represents a unique record and each column represents a field in the record. There are different types of SQL tables: system tables, temporary tables, permanent or user-defined tables, external tables, and graph tables. First we will see system tables. SQL Server stores instance configuration and database properties in a special set of tables. These tables are known as system tables. Users are not permitted to make changes to these tables directly. SQL Server does not allow specific system tables to be queried directly. Instead, it provides system stored procedures, functions, SQL Server management objects, and replication management objects for querying these components. Next is temporary tables. Sometimes we need to store data temporarily in the database for calculation, manipulation, or storing intermediate results. For this, we can utilize temporary tables that are always kept in TempDB system database. SQL Server has two types of temporary tables. First is local. Each local temporary table starts with sign hash. Its scope is limited to the current connection. SQL Server automatically drops these tables once the user disconnects. Second is global. Each global temporary table starts with a sign double hash. All users can reference the global temporary tables. These tables are only destroyed when the last connection referencing the table is closed, that is, in which we have created the global temporary table. Next is permanent or user-defined table. Users can define their own table structure, columns, data types, constraints, and indexes as per their application requirements. These tables are called user-defined tables. These tables are always stored in the database unless someone explicitly drops them. Therefore, these are also known as permanent tables. There are multiple ways to create a user-defined table in SQL Server. First, using SQL Server Management Studio GUI or using Transact SQL script. Next is external tables. External tables are particular type of table that can be used in SQL Server 2016 onwards. These tables reference other data sources such as Azure Blob Storage, Hadoop, Oracle, Excel, ODBC, Big Data, MongoDB, and Teradata using the polybase features of the SQL Server. Next is graph table. SQL Server graph database use a collection of different nodes, that is vertices, and edges, that is relationships. The node table is a collection of nodes having similar types, and edge table is a collection of similar edges.